Hello everyone, in today's video I want to talk about a topic that's kind of popular within the sort of self-improvement space, but it's about morning routines. And I'm not someone that's a fan of throwing in too many things into the morning routine. I have my own little philosophy on what a morning routine should look like roughly. I'm not saying that this has to be like if you do this or otherwise you're a terrible human being. You're never going to improve. You're going to stay stuck. Nothing like that. I don't even do all these things every day. I do most of these things most of the time because sometimes life changes and you can't rely on, oh, but first I got to take my meditation, I got to do my journaling and all that stuff. Life's going to happen. You just got to get going and get to your first priority of the day. And so for me, when it comes to morning routines, I like to think about what's the quickest time I can go from when my eyes open and and I say I'm awake to getting to my first priority of the day, whether it be work here on the computer or if I have to go to, school or the gym or wherever. What's going to get me from waking up to that point in the quickest amount of time, at the same time promoting my health and my ability to stay focused throughout the day. And so I've identified a few things that help with that. And again, I don't do these every day, I just do these most of the time. However, they are good to do fairly often. So, first one that I like to do on occasion, especially when I'm feeling tired, is cold shower. Cold showers I find really help wake me up because effectively, beyond the fact that it's cold and you start shivering, the reason why when you shiver, your body's effectively is trying to heat itself up, and in doing so, you release a lot of stress hormones, which could lead to it's your body waking up, literally waking up. It's everything's activated, and it's a stressor that's gonna then fill your brain up with cortisol first thing in the morning, which is which is actually a good thing if it is done in a controlled manner, such as an ice bath or a cold shower. Sorry, ice baths work too if that's your cup of tea. But yeah, your body's effectively trying to heat itself up. So in doing so, it wakes up because it's pumping itself full of adrenaline and stress hormones, cortisol. And then as a result, when you walk out, you feel refreshed, you feel ready, and you feel sharp. Another benefit to this is that they've found with cold showers or any sort of cold exposure, it increases the dopamine that gets released within your brain. So if you were to do a mundane task right after, you would be getting more dopamine to do it as opposed to if you didn't do it. And I don't want to get this wrong, but it's almost to the effect of doing cocaine. But again, um, these are studies in the lab, and they're going to make these correlations. Be like, oh, this is the same as this, but take those with a grain of salt. It makes you feel more focused. That's all I will say. That I know I can say. And so, cold showers is first thing in the morning, right when you wake up. Good option. Next is going outside and having the sun hit your face and hit your eyes. Now, again, don't stare into the sun. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that you face in the direction of the sun, and the sun hits you in the face. This does two things. First and foremost, when the sun hits your eyes, it's literally your body knowing that, oh, it's morning. So what it does is it starts getting rid of any sort of metabolites from the night and flushing those out, as well as elevating cortisol, because cortisol early in the morning is a very good thing, because over time cortisol decreases so that you then can get to sleep. Otherwise, when cortisol is high, you can't sleep. But getting it high first thing in the morning is good, and that's just from having the sun hit your eyes. Now, it has to be direct. It can't be through a window. From the window, you don't get the same effect. But if you were to actually go outside and have the sun hit your face and your eyes, very good for it actually gets you all the benefits. The second one is because you're outside and the sun's hitting your face, you're getting some vitamin D. And vitamin D is undoubtedly very good for health. I talked about this, I think, in a previous video, one or two videos ago, where it's good for your immune system, it's good for your bones, it's good for hormone optimization. So in general, great for your health. So to do this first thing in the morning, you know that you're getting some good vitamin D, you're getting your sun in your eyes, you're going outside, getting some fresh air. This is, for me, uh, it's a great option to do first thing in the morning. And now, another one, another thing to do that can be good in the morning is putting salt in water, and Celtic salt in particular. Now, this has some benefits, such as you hydrate overnight, you lose a lot of water from breathing primarily, and also because your body's kind of flushing things out. You go to the washroom in the morning, you are going to be dehydrated first thing in the morning. So putting some salt in your water, Celtic salt, can help replenish your hydration, and also because you're having minerals in the water, you're going to maintain the water that you drink. The second thing is that the salt actually helps with your nervous system. Your nervous system functions on sodium and potassium channels, primarily sodium, and by consuming salt, you are then providing resources that your nervous system can use to be more acute. So when it comes time for you to do work, you will likely have a boost in cognitive functionality. So you can get things done with better focus, or so the scientists say. And also, if you go to the gym and you have a little bit of salt water beforehand, it is great for getting a pump. So you'll feel juicy, you'll feel good for about half an hour, and it'll die down. But at least for that half an hour, you'll feel on top of the world because you had a little bit of salt water, and that's going to then increase your blood volume. And then, of course, when you work out, the blood rushes to your muscles, and you'll feel more full. So that's another benefit to that. But for me, those three things are really all I need. I used to journal first thing in the morning as well. Before I make my coffee, I'd wake up and then journal and kind of set the tone for the day. Or maybe sometimes I'd do it afterwards. However, I started to feel that got more in the way of getting my first task done because it was that extra barrier of resistance. However, both like all three of the things I suggested today, such as the cold shower, the sunlight exposure first thing in the morning, and the salt water, they're all fairly easy to incorporate and don't take too much time. The cold shower, 3 to 5 minutes. The standing outside in the sun, you can do that while you drink your coffee, or if you want to delay the coffee an hour and a half, just so you don't get that crash, you can also do that. But you can go outside and just stand in the sun and drink the salt water. So all these things can kind of be tied in within each other, so that from the time you wake up to the time you start getting ready to do whatever work you have to do, it'll take maybe half an hour, and you'll get a ton of benefits, both with your health, both with your cognitive abilities, and just it's efficient. So for me, those are kind of three things that I like doing first thing in the morning. Nothing fancy, very simple, using as many I guess natural-ish resources as possible. Obviously, a shower isn't very natural, but the cold water is. And yeah, cold water, some sun, and some salt water, you can't go wrong. So thank you for listening. Hope you got something out of this, and if you have any questions about what you might be doing in your morning routine and may need want some input, I would love to help out. So please reach out to me. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Thank you.